Very good morning. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. I think this is the second year that KL is hosting the TowerXchange. Hopefully those traveling from overseas, you actually had a good rest. Okay, the topic that I want to talk about today is about the new era of connectivity. Right? I think we see that there's a lot of evolution in terms of technology today, right? 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Now we're talking about 6G. With some of the disruptive technology that we see today, millimeter wave, the high throughput satellite, LEO satellite, right? How are all these going to impact, right, the future connectivity? And overlay this with AI on top of this, right? AI would actually, how significant the impact on AI, right, to our overall industry. And with this also, right, what is the role that TowerCo, MNO, CloudCo, FiberCo will play in the future, right? Is that going to change? How that's going to evolve over time? Yeah, so I think the whole objective of this presentation is probably to look at some trends and probably try to unravel some of these emerging key trends to see where this is heading as we move forward. 5 key trends, I think we all know. Digital economy are actually growing very strong, right? You can see that in Southeast Asia, that digital economy will grow by about 4 times as from where we are today. Supported strongly by infrastructure growth, right? Which is a bedrock in terms of the growth in digital economy. And you would see that today that 5G is going to be the catalyst in terms of driving this growth. The entire ecosystem, the line today are actually blurring, right? You see that TowerCo are probably moving to the right-hand side closer to CloudCo. CloudCo is moving more towards the left side. And if you look at customers, MNO, they are really focusing on the core, right? Moving upwards, yeah? Going into more of servicing customers, right, in terms of trying to stimulate demand at the customer front, leaving a vacuum when they delayer the infrastructure, be it tower, fiber, as well as probably tower fiber and as well as data centers. And today we look at AI, there's a lot of buzz on AI today, right? What does it mean, yeah, AI? And how does AI really impact the industry, the country, and how does AI impact the TowerCos, for example, the MNOs today, right? And how do we deal with this, right? Could we leverage on AI, for example, to deliver more superior performance as we move forward? The economy, I think macro indicators are actually strengthening. You probably see stable GDP growth, especially in the region. Inflation are under control. Interest rate is coming down. All these create a very conducive business environment, which we expect that this will attract new investment. And if you see the Southeast Asia, you expect that the level of investment in some countries would actually double from 23 to 26. Not surprisingly, a lot of this investment that's coming through today, a lot are actually really focused on infrastructure, be it fiber, be it data center, cloud, or even AI computing. And I think you would probably see as well, right, the digital economy globally I expect to increase, contributing by about 2.6%, contributing to close to about 30%. And the growth in Southeast Asia is even faster, right? By 2030, it's expected to achieve close to about 1 trillion, a growth of probably about 4 times from where we are today. There will be significant growth in mobile data, and you see that 5G would be a catalyst of this, right? And you see if you look at this data growth over the next 5 years, yeah, you would see that average data consumption per subscriber is about 43 gig, yeah, in Southeast Asia. And essentially, if you look at the growth in mobile data today, will probably justify the fact that MNO should accelerate, right, the rollout of 5G. Today, I think you see that probably FWA is probably one of the key business case for MNO to probably roll out 5G. But with the significant growth in mobile traffic, 5G will definitely be the catalyst. And that will allow MNO to actually reduce their cost down, right? Reducing their cost per GB. As you can see that data cost for 5G is probably a third or probably a quarter of what 4G is today. With 5G as well, it enables MNO to go aggressively in terms of driving, new broadband penetration, especially the new areas. Today, we see that a lot of people are penetrating broadband through the fiber, but the initial cost of investment for fiber is actually expensive. However, once you achieve scale, then there is a business case and return for that. So 5G would be a good tool for MNO to really accelerate and drive FWA, broadband penetration, especially in some of the new areas. Well, I think as technology evolves, industry evolves, customer evolves, and hence TowerCo also need to evolve, right? And if you see today, MNO are moving towards asset-light, really vacating, focusing more on their core business, more on the customer front, right? Really trying to drive, the demand, at the consumer front, delayering the asset, right? Be it tower, be it fiber, be it data center, and that actually leaves a vacuum in that space, which actually create opportunities for tower companies moving forward. And if you see today, right? I mean, where are these new opportunities that we see? Data centers. There's a clear opportunity in terms of the growth of data centers moving forward. Fiber, right? In the world of 5G, it's all about fiber. Fiber connectivity for you to really experience and actually get the speed that is required, the experience that you really required on 5G. With AI today, you would actually see that the need for a low latency connectivity. And that would actually drive the need for a mobile edge computing more toward the tower locations. And we see that this will become a core product, that for TowerCos to probably drive as we move forward in the new connectivity era. The other aspect of these new services, 5G, is also on private network. Private network really allows you to probably have a new spectrum of customers. Today, the biggest customer for a TowerCo today is actually the MNO and probably some ISPs. But with private network, enterprise could potentially be a play, for tower company as we move forward. And if you see even municipalities, right, in terms of smart cities and all that, right? So really, if you look at this evolution as we see, given the new era of connectivity, tower companies will have many opportunities to go into the adjacency service. And you will see in this new era of connectivity, tower companies will play a more pivotal role than what they're playing today, right? Given the fact that I think your core customers, the MNO, are actually delayering and leaving that space vacant. If you look at data growth, right? These are global data traffic today, right? I mean, CAGR growth of around more than 50% by 2030. And I think the bulk of this growth actually is coming from the FWA, not surprising, right? However, you see that the biggest component of growth, the biggest composition of this growth is still 5G mobile connectivity, which actually grows around 31% and still account around 46% of the total data traffic. And you see today, well, this is the prediction that we have today in terms of data growth. However, with AI that is being extensively used in all industries today, we may see a faster growth in data traffic as we move forward. You know, from a voice to chatbots to autonomous vehicle to smart city, these AI-driven applications are actually driving huge data consumption and hence driving data traffic up. AI is also requiring significant compute power to process large data, as well as the demand for more power requirement. And if you see in terms of the global demand for data center capacity, today average is around 55 gigawatt. In the next, by 2030, that will grow by 5.5 times to around 298 gigawatt. Similarly, in terms of the processing capacity, today data centers in terms of high processing capacity is around 40%, but by 2030, that number will actually grow to around 70%. And all this create new avenue for tower companies today, right? Be it in the space of the adjacent industry, right? Be it in the space of data center, edge computing, last mile, in-building, private network, and some element of the renewable energy as well. We have seen that Malaysia has been one of the key destinations in terms of data centers, right? Over the last 12, 18 months, there has been major announcement and commitment by some of the high-tech companies, global companies like Google, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Amazon, ByteDance, to really commit to have their data center in Malaysia. And I think that's by virtue of the fact that maybe because of location, yeah, a stable power requirement, as well as probably strong infrastructure and logistic that's available in the country, as well as probably skill, yeah, that's available in the country. All this will actually make the Malaysia, Southeast Asia region as the natural data hub, right? Really connecting to the rest of the world, right? Transmitting all this data that's being generated in the region globally to the other areas and around the world. AI is something that we widely use, but actually there is a lot of use cases for AI where I think TowerCos can actually leverage on. We talk a lot about this digital twin in the past, yeah? However, today, with the AI and Gen AI today, the enhanced tower management, AI detection of assets, for example, anomalies, for example, like corrosion and all that, AI will be able to do that, as well as the typical detection of equipment at the sites. But the one use case that I think is really come to utmost important today is on the energy, the end-to-end energy. In the past, TowerCo used to use RMS to collate data, right? To just probably give us some visibility in terms of the energy reading, or energy usage at the site. However, today with AI, we actually can have a comprehensive view, right? Between the technical as well as the commercial requirement. And essentially that allows us to really forecast, do a demand on energy performance, yeah, energy forecast and demand planning, as well as coming out with energy profitability. And you know that in driving energy, these are all important tools that is required to make sure that you drive the business more efficiently as we move forward. Uberization of the, and at EDOTCO today, we have started Uberizing some of the services, really leveraging on the gig economy today, right? I mean, some commodity services, for example, like repair works, yeah, grass cutting, even cleaning, as well as genset mobilization. And this really allows you a faster speed to address issues. And secondly, is also, it's probably cheaper, and you actually support the gig economy. And today, I think we are using AI also to enhance the NAPA tool that we actually have to improve and granularity of our coverage and in terms of where demand is that we can actually use to forecast as we move forward. So there are a lot of these AI use cases moving forward that can really transform the tower company operation to deliver a better performance moving forward. Something that we are really working on and driving through as we believe that AI eventually will transform the industry and deliver that value. Key takeaways, strong economic outlook. I think you will probably see that 5G is going to be catalyst to data growth. You also see that there's a lot of opportunity for TowerCos today, yeah, as we move into the new era of connectivity and to expansion into new areas. On AI, I think it will require a lot of compute power, data centers, and energy requirement to really drive this AI moving forward. And there's a lot of use cases that we should actually leverage on this AI infrastructure to actually deliver a superior performance and really transform the TowerCo business.